Infor Factory Track multi-barcode split setup. The shop floor and warehouse mobility modules of Factory Track use combined barcodes to increase the efficiency of scanning operations by combining multiple barcodes into a single barcode string. This means that a user only has to scan one barcode to populate the information in multiple fields, such as item, lot, quantity, rather than one barcode for each piece of information. Typically, the barcode would resemble the ones displayed here. Without a multi-barcode, the employee would normally have to do 3 scans to populate the item, lot, and quantity. Factory Track also supports a scenario where a label contains information which is irrelevant for this particular transaction. For instance, the label might contain the supplier number. This feature means that multiple transactions can use the same label, even if some of the information on the label is not always relevant. The administrative form, multi-barcode split, is used to set up the Factory Track transactions for the current ERP to handle any combination of data on that form that the customer might need. Customers can add multi-barcode handling records for any combination of data points they need. The only limitation is that each transaction can have only one record per source field. In this example, the stop move transaction can have more than one barcode split configuration, but can only have one configuration for the source field of item. When setting up a transaction to handle multi-barcodes, the user should click the Add New Record button in the top left of the menu bar. Then the user selects a transaction name from the list of transactions. Once a transaction has been identified, then the source field must be selected from the list of scannable fields on the form. The source field is usually the first field in the multi-barcode and the field where the employee will scan the multi-barcode into. This means that Factory Track will use the data scan into this field and separate the data into one or more fields as specified in the target field grid. After the key fields of transaction name and source field have been selected, the user needs to decide if the multi-barcode segments are fixed length or separator values. Factory Track only supports a configuration of either fixed length or a separator value, but not both at the same time. The separator value method is the more common method to indicate the barcode segments. An example of the separator value barcode would be item tilde lot tilde quantity. When using the separated option, the separator value for each segment should be entered into the mapping separator field. Typical separators are tildes or pipe characters. The last part of configuring the multi-barcode is to specify the segments or fields that are part of the barcode. The information is entered in the grid on the bottom right of the form. For each segment, the sequence, the order that the data occurs in the barcode, must be specified, and the target field must be selected from the drop-down. It is perfectly valid to select no match for a specific entry if it is not required in this particular transaction. The first segment is usually the source field. Once this information has been entered, the record should be saved, and the next time the transaction is opened, the employee can use the multi-part barcode. So in this example, we're in a stop move transaction. We're scanning in the item tilde lot tilde quantity into the item field. When we exit that field, it will split the item, the lot, and the quantity into the appropriate fields.